Hello and welcome. This is once again Celestino Cole, your instructor in mechatronics, and today I'm going to discuss on how to create a simple pneumatic system using Automation Studio software. And first, we're going to click the Automation Studio icon in our computer, and right after it loads completely, it will give us this working space. Okay, and then first, to begin with creating the project, we will click the Library Explorer, this icon, and it gives us the variety of different tools and devices that we can use for different projects. But today we are going to focus only on pneumatics. So we will only focus here in the second link. Okay, it's called Pneumatic, and once you click that icon, it will give us to another different devices and tools that we can use for pneumatic project. And the first component that we are going to get is the directional valve. And based on the discussion that we have, we will focus first on the three two-way valves, which is this one. And just select this valve, 3-2. Okay, and based on our discussion last time, this valve is called 3-2 because it has 3 ports and 2 positions. So 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 ports and there are 2 positions. So the number of positions depends on the number of boxes that we can see from the drawing. So this is 1 and this is 2. So therefore this is 2 positions. So I'm going to put the names. This is 3-2 valve, and then we will identify the actuators. So the actuator, these are the devices added to the valve which will enable the valve to shift from one position to the other. Like for example, in this case, this is a push button actuator, this is a solenoid actuator, and this is a spring actuator. But for now, we are going to focus only in push button. So we will just ignore this solenoid because we are not dealing yet with electro-pneumatics, which means the electricity is not yet involved in this circuit. So I'm going to put here the actuator. So this is an actuator of push button with spring. Okay, and this valve is also called a normally closed valve because this is the port number 1, and initially the air is blocked here, unlike this one that it is going through. But anyway, this is the initial position, so this is we are going to consider it as a normally closed valve. Alright, so this is a normally closed valve. Alright, now the next component that we are going to get in this project is the air supply. So we can get the air supply from the compressor, this one here. Okay, so simply drag it, this one, pressure source, and then connect it to port number 1. So we have an air connection here, but it is blocked. So for that reason, it is called normally closed. And then after, we will get the cylinder. So cylinder. So we have also different type of cylinder, but we will get the most basic, which is single acting cylinder with spring return. The zigzag line in this case signifies that the cylinder has a spring inside. Okay, and it is called single acting because basically there is only one port involved in its construction. And the last component that we are going to get is the exhaust. We can get the exhaust from here, flow lines and connections. Alright, and then this is the exhaust. So basically exhaust is the exit point of the air. after the air has been used by the cylinder, so it will go back to this position. All right, so let's see what will happen, but before that we're going to put a label for this one, okay, to avoid confusion. So this is the cylinder, all right, and here this is the air supply, and this is the what, all right, this is the exhaust. Okay, so this is the exhaust, air supply, and then this is the exhaust. So okay, so the cylinder will convert the stored energy from the air to mechanical energy. So we are expecting this rod to extend and retract, thus providing us a movement. Now we are going to simulate right now. Now to simulate this process, all we need to do is to click the small icon colored green with triangle, okay, that is located on the top of the working space. So once we click that, we can notice that the red color, this is the air which is about to enter the cylinder, while the blue one, this is the way or the air which is going to the exhaust. And we are going to simulate by activating the actuator, this one, okay. So it is like you are pushing the push button in real situation. So as you can see, the position is shifted from position 1 to position 2, allowing the air supply to go through this line, entering the cylinder and extending the rod, producing a mechanical movement. And then if you are going again to click the push button, and it will go back to the original position because the spring pushes back the cylinder, and then the air release from this point going to the exhaust. So this is how to interpret the different arrows associated with the valve, okay. And the valve also returned to the original position because you have the spring. That's why we call it spring return. Again, click the push button, okay, the cylinder extend, and then click again the push button, then the cylinder retracts, okay. So I hope that we can construct this simple pneumatic system in your assignment, and see you in the next project.